What up YouTube, it's your boy Kingkealotv back with another video, man, and today we have a dope review coming, and it's a comparison between the Echo Wave Crocs and the Nike ReactX Rejuven8. So if you guys are excited to see this, make sure you smash that like button and comment down below which one is your favorite. But I ain't gonna keep y'all waiting, let's go ahead and review these shoes. All right, y'all, so first things first, I have both of these shoes right here. I have the Echo Wave Crocs right here on the left, and then I have the Nike ReactX Rejuven8s on the right. First thing I'm gonna talk about before we get off into the video, take a deep dive, is the price of these sneakers, man. So first off, we're gonna take a look at the Echo Wave Crocs. These are coming in at a price point of $69.99 on the Crocs website, but I believe they are having a sale. So the sale is going for $52.49 on sale as of right now. So if you guys want to cop this for a lower price, retail price, I would actually suggest you go over to the Crocs website, take a look at them if you guys are feeling these. So that's the first thing. The price, $52. We're gonna go off into this one. So the Nike ReactX Rejuven8s, these are going in at a price of $70 on the Nike website. If you guys are a Nike member, you guys don't have to pay shipping. So the price after tax and everything, I believe, is $74 and some change. And then that is the price for this. Now, if you guys can't find it on the Nike website because these things keep selling out like daily, if you guys want to pay resale a little bit above what the retail market price is, you're gonna look at anything from $84 to $106. Now, my thought process on this is just to wait for the Nike restock. They have been restocking these things religiously, like almost daily. So I would just turn on your notifications, and whenever they restock, I would just go ahead and cop them off Nike. Save you guys an extra couple of bucks, just pay retail for these things, man. No need to pay resale for these. So that is the price of both, $52 versus $70. So the edge in this case would initially go to the Echo Wave Crocs. Now let's get into the sizing of these things. I'm gonna go ahead and slip these on right now. Boom, boom, and slip these things on, man. If you guys are looking at the Echo Wave Crocs, these things do fit big. They are a little roomy, so I wouldn't suggest going a size up. I would suggest going true to size in these shoes. They feature like a roomy fit, and if you guys are like a 8.5 or a 9.5, like things of that nature, I would suggest going a size down because they do run a little bit big. So you guys can see like my foot, it has no like heel support in the back. You have a little bit of room back here, as you guys can see, like the gaps and stuff like that. This is a size 13 for your boy, and these fit me perfect. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I was a 12.5, I would have to go down to a 12 because they do run a little bit big. I wouldn't go up to a 13 because it'd be too much room. But as you guys can see, this is a size 13, and my true size is a 13 originally. So, you know, I have a little bit of room in this pair. So as far as sizing goes, I would recommend either going down a size because these are a little bit roomy and they do run a little bit big. And that's just for personal preference. I went true to size because normally my shoes fit and they only have full sizes. So if you guys want to have the best fit, I would suggest going to your true size, or if you're like an 8.5, like I said, going down a whole size to a size 8 so you can get the best fit. Done with these. Now we're gonna move over to these. These are pretty easy to slip on. So right now I have the ReactX Rejuven8s on feet, man, and these are pretty comfy. So as far as these go, they have that ReactX foam, which we're gonna talk about a little bit later, as far as the specs and everything. These pretty much run true to size. The only thing with these though is for the half sizes, it's recommended to size up. So like on the Crocs, I said size down. If you're like an 8.5, go to an 8. If you're 8.5 in these shoes, I'd recommend going up to the next full size. So if you're 8.5, go up to a 9. Trust me, you will literally thank me later. But these are pretty roomy. For this shoe though, the true sizes run a little bit snug. They probably would stretch out over time, but in my opinion, I just went up a whole size to a size 14, and these fit me perfect. They fit me like a 13 would. So I went up a whole size and I don't have any complaints. Yes, I do have a little bit of room, but I would rather prefer that than having my toe like literally be jammed up against the toe box. So I went up a whole size in this one. It's recommended to go up a whole size because they do run a little bit snug. That is my personal opinion. If you do have the option to try these things on in the store, I would recommend doing that before you actually made the purchase.
So y'all, since I got these on feet, I'm just gonna talk about how comfortable they are. With the Nike ReactX Rejuven8, you're gonna have the soft, responsive cushioning system of the ReactX foam in both the shoes, in the upper and the midsole of the shoe. As you guys can see, they are extremely padded, especially on the heel right here. You guys see how extremely padded that is and how extremely soft it is on the ground and how responsive it is. It is super light. I think these weigh a little bit more than the Echo Wave Crocs. Come with that cushion experience with the ReactX foam, which is Nike's best technology. Extra ventilation and room on the forefoot of the shoe, and you have the ventilation holes, which these kind of look like Crocs in my opinion. I know a lot of people were saying that they resemble Crocs in a way, but they're not exactly quite like Crocs. I think these are way more comfortable, and that's just my opinion. But like I said, you do have that extra foam, extra padding on the heel, and this is a recovery shoe, man. So, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get that recovery feel when it comes to these shoes. You're gonna get that nice experience when you're wearing these, and that's pretty much it when it comes to the comfort of the Nike ReactX Rejuven8s. Before I even get started with this, I know I'm wearing Nike socks with the Crocs. Do not cook me in the comments, but just going over to the features and the comfortability of this sneaker, man. Feature a LiteRide footbed, and it's known for its sink-in softness, so it does have like a super soft footbed. It feels like it's like sinking into like some like memory foam, so it's very, very good. It's very innovative, comfortable, and it's very light. These shoes feel a little bit lighter than the ReactX Rejuven8s in my opinion, but these are extremely wearable. They have like lateral ventilation holes, as you guys can see right here on the top part. They have like the lateral ventilation holes. They don't have them on the top of the shoe, and I think that's just for like the aesthetic of this shoe. And while it doesn't have like as much breathability, the comfort is like next to none. Let me show you guys the footbed. You guys can see it a little bit better. That's the footbed. That's what it looks like on the inside. And this thing is super comfortable, y'all. So I just came back from a vacation too. You know what I'm saying? I wore these there, and I must say, like on the plane ride there, back, even walking around the city, these are super comfortable, bro. You can wear these however, style them however. These are like one of the best comfort shoes that I've owned in a while. Pretty much what you're getting with the Echo Wave Croc when it comes to comfort.
All right, y'all, so now we're gonna get into like the overall wearability of the sneakers, man. The Nike ReactX Rejuven8. It is a recovery shoe, and it's ideal for like post workouts or like, you know, casual outings, stuff like that. Like if you're doing anything sports related, or if you're doing anything like high impact, that's what this shoe was generally made for. You can wear these like casually outside if you want to style them, because they do have like a different look, a different aesthetic to them. So you definitely can, you know, rock them however you like. Purpose of this shoe initially was for recovery. So now on the bottom too, if you're looking at the outsole, you do have like the outsole that adds like extra grip to it too. This is designed for it. This is literally designed as a recovery shoe, not to be like anything stylish or anything like that, but that's what its sole purpose was intended for. Moving over to the Crocs, this is designed for like an everyday use, man. I think that these were designed suitable for everyday use, especially like Crocs. You guys know how people wear Crocs nowadays, especially me, especially the people that have like 1,000 pairs of sneakers. You know, you always see them making jokes about having hundreds of thousands of pairs of sneakers, but the first thing they run to is their Crocs. This is no different. This is like the same use, but very, very comfortable. The footbed in this shoe makes it like super wearable throughout the day. So you can literally have these on feet all day long and not feel any difference in your comfort. The same comfort from start to finish if you put these things on. Super lightweight, and the style of this shoe, which like made me kind of grab it, is like the uniqueness of it is very versatile. So you can definitely like style these. Same thing with the ReactX Rejuven8s, but you can definitely style these like 1,000 different ways, and you know what I'm saying, still get the same effect, man. So while these aren't necessarily a recovery shoe, they can definitely be viewed as that, but they also can be viewed as like a stylish Croc that you can wear with an outfit or something like that as well. Oh, in my conclusion of these sneakers, man, you know, despite this being a recovery shoe, I am not gonna be choosing this shoe as my preferred sneaker. Like, mad comfortable. I still have to go with the Crocs, man. Price point, comfortability, versatileness, it's just uniqueness. It's very unique. These are unique too, but these just give me a better edge. I feel like these are way, way, way more wearable in my opinion. And I think that what did it for me was the vacation that I just came back from. I was literally wearing these things almost every single day, bro. Like, I think if I went on a vacation and I took these instead, I would not have been wearing these. Although they're comfortable, like, I just think that I just got a lot more out of these than I would with the ReactX Rejuven8s. But so the winner for me is gonna be the Echo Wave Crocs. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts down in the comment section below. Which one would you be choosing? Are you gonna choose the Echo Wave Crocs, or are you choosing the Nike ReactX Rejuven8s? So shout out to the person who wanted to see the comparison video on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna throw the comment up here so that you can see it. But you know what I'm saying, shout out to you for giving me this idea, and I definitely was excited to do this video and show you guys all the comparisons and specs and text and all that great stuff. So that's it for today's video, man. If you guys like this video, smash the like button. Make sure you are sharing this, liking this video, commenting on the video, and let me know what videos you guys want to see next, man. But that's it for today's video. King Kilo is out. Peace. See you guys on the next one.